Passing increases the element of risk in driving, but this risk can be reduced when you apply some basic tools to identify when it is safe to pass. You can verify whether you are correctly gauging how long it will take you to complete a passing maneuver. When you spot a vehicle you believe you can pass, immediately start counting 1001, 1002, up to 1010. If that oncoming test vehicle hasn't passed you yet, your estimate was correct. If it passed you before you reached 1010, then you didn't allow enough time to pass. It takes at least 10 seconds to pass another vehicle and return to your side of the road. If you can't see at least 1/3 of a mile ahead, don't attempt to pass. When completing your pass, wait until you can see both headlights of the vehicle, the front of the vehicle you have just passed in your rearview mirror, before moving back into your lane. That way, you won't dangerously cut off the other driver. You may find yourself in the middle of a passing maneuver and suddenly confronted by a hazard, such as a vehicle unexpectedly pulling out onto the road in front of you. Brake slowly. You could lose control of your vehicle if you slam on the brakes. Do not panic. Going onto the shoulder or even off the road is always preferable to a head-on collision. Before you get into a passing situation, check for road traction. You do not have good traction if the steering wheel feels loose in your hands at low speeds. The following is a step-by-step approach to passing. First, scan ahead for potential hazards, such as oncoming vehicles. Look at least 1/3 of a mile ahead, or 10 to 12 seconds of travel time for oncoming vehicles. Also, look for vehicles approaching from rear. Look in your mirrors and over your shoulder to make sure someone else hasn't had the same idea as you. Also, look for merging vehicles. Watch for other vehicles wishing to merge into the lane. Number 2 is check for blind spots. Look over your shoulder to make sure no one is already in the lane you want to use for passing. Number 3, signal intent. Switch on your turn signal or use an arm hand signal at least 5 seconds before passing on freeways and 100 feet when driving in the city. Number 4, warn the driver ahead. Use your turn signal to show your intent to pass. Number 5, obtain a speed advantage. Accelerate as you move out until you are traveling 10 to 15 miles per hour faster than the vehicle you are overtaking. Number 6, recheck conditions ahead. Scan ahead to confirm that the road is still clear. Number 7, create return space. Before you return to the driving lane, signal your intention. If you can see the vehicle's headlights, the front of the vehicle in your rear view mirror, then it is safe for you to return to the lane. Number 8, signal returns. Use your turn signal to indicate that you intend to return to the driving lane. Number 9, make sure you check for blind spots. And finally, number 10, create space for vehicles passed. Confirm that there is at least a 4-second gap between the back of your vehicle and the vehicle you have just overtaken. If not, accelerate until you have opened up the gap sufficiently before moving back into the lane. The answer to validation question number 25 is C. The overtaking of another vehicle going in the same direction should be done to its left, leaving enough space for the other driver to continue driving safely. Moving left over the center line of a two-way highway to overtake another vehicle going in the same direction is only allowed if the overtaking driver can see ahead clearly and the road is free of hazards. Overtaking left of the center line is prohibited when approaching or on the brow of a hill or a blind curve, within 100 feet of a bridge, viaduct, or tunnel where obstructions prevent a clear view, or within 100 feet of an intersection or railway crossing. When a driver passing another vehicle taps his or her horn, the driver being passed is obliged to yield the right of way, unless passing on the right is permitted. Passing on the right is permitted on a one-way street or when another vehicle is turning left. Passing on the right may only be done when it is safe to do so and is not to be done if it entails moving off the paved or main traveled road. The law is clear about what to do when someone tries to overtake you. Whether you agree with the other driver's action or not, you should allow him or her to pass. It's the safe thing to do. Maintain a steady speed. Do not speed up until the other driver has passed you and return to the driving lane. You may even need to slow down to allow the other vehicle back in if the driver is running out of room.